for 20, just try to limit what our spending is and make cuts wherever we can. For miscellaneous operating expenses, I took a look at what our spend was last year, and our spend came in around, $8,000. So for 2027, I lowered our budget for that from $10,300 down to $8,000 for 2027. So all in all, our budget, decreased about $23,000. Obviously, I am fully aware our financial situation is not great. We did expect to have Choice Films closed and their fee paid already, but in light of certain things and increased labor costs, that project has been kind of on hold. So we are reevaluating with them. The plan is still for them to move forward. So I do foresee revenue coming from that project. And that fee is going to look like $160,000 for us when we get there. So I do expect that to come in 2027. And then the other project that we have in front of us right now, Ingredients Plus, that one has been delayed a little bit. They were supposed to have the public hearing this past month, but DC, there's been a holdup with DC in getting their wetland permits. So until they get the wetlands permits, they don't want to proceed forward at the moment until they know the site is fully viable. In my conversations with the partnership and the consultant, we're very confident that it's still going to move forward. It's just, DC, there's a lot of hoops to jump through with DC, but we do see that going forward. So if that closes in 2027, that fee should be somewhere around $260,000 for us. So I do see revenue coming in. I think we're going to be okay. It's just a matter of holding steadfast until we get these projects to close. And then we can adjust our finances as needed in the coming months, and keep reevaluating on a month-to-month basis if we need to. So that's where the budget is for 2027. The Finance Committee voted to approve it to send to the board for consideration. If the board votes to approve it today, I will take this and upload it into the Authority Budget's office for the 2027 Paris budget report, which we are required to have submitted 90 days before the end of the fiscal year, so that is the end of September, has to be uploaded. So with that, I'll leave it up to the board to make a motion if they want to vote to approve, or if there's any questions, I'm happy to answer anything.
So food for thought, this spreadsheet right here and the way you depicted everything is just, to me, it's pretty amazing because there is no holes or no circumstances to folks to raise their eyebrow. You grabbing bull by the horn and implementing a lot of the things to cut back down on the budget is duly appreciated, and it's things that goes unseen. But right here, you're not leaving any gaps for anybody to make the assumptions, and it's very well done, So I just wanted to make that comment.
Thank you.
Food for thought that, the transparency here is just,
Yeah,
pretty amazing and on point.
appreciate it, Jose. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Anyone else questions? Anyone want to make a motion to
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
second? All in favor?
Aye.
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 All right, next.
Next item on the agenda is Vince's Executive Director report for this Vince month.
Okay, so, as mentioned, I had in key matters, discussions around the budget, so we did make the budget reductions, which I just discussed. So I did attend the Summer IDA Academy a couple weeks ago, and one of the things that came up was the open meetings law. So going forward, all of our committee meetings have to be live streamed to be in compliance with that law. That was kind of new to me because I did not realize that we were not. I don't know if our previous executive director was live streaming those committee meetings, and so I didn't know about it. So I do know now. So our previous, like I said, our finance committee meeting today was live streamed. Going forward, everything will be live streamed, so we remain in compliance. This past month, we had some, we were in discussions with film industry zoning amendments. So the town Happy to announce that we finally adopted zoning amendments for film industry, which allows, the site use to have hotels in the I zone. And we also added in some accessory uses for parking and everything that goes around film to be, just clear it up in the zoning so it's easily described and defined in the zoning amendments. Some project updates. So as I mentioned before, Ingredients Plus is currently on hold due to DEC. Still very confident they're going to move forward. It's just a matter of DEC issuing those permits. Choice Films. Me and Matt Stoddard had a meeting with Choice Films and their partners last week to discuss a path to move forward and navigate potentially updating their incentives in light of new labor costs. Their team has to do some research on their end. Their partners that are helping fund the project, they want to, really evaluate their cost. So instead of getting, typically what projects do, they get, a soft estimate from engineers. I think their team wants to do, I don't know if they want to put it out to bid, but they want to get more hard costs and really evaluate every line of, the construction process before they move forward with us. But I did let them know that we are, amenable to working with them. We understand the scope of this project, the impact economically that it can have with the job employment, and it's an industry that we really want to focus on. So they actually were pretty accepting of the PLA discussions. I think it kind of, Matt helped them understand what the PLA process looks like, and I think it made their partners a little more comfortable with it. So I do see a path moving forward, and I think the plan right now is to have them return in September at our board meeting, where they have their cost, figured out, and they, we can navigate a pilot or incentives forward to help, address their new cost. I met with another new project that approached me. So this company is based out of New York City. They currently operate 3 separate warehouses, and what they do is they're like a critical mineral manufacturer / electronics recycler. So what they do is they take all these old solar panels, de-energized batteries, office equipment, and anything that has electronics, that has critical minerals in it. Every phone, keyboard, everything has metals in it that could be recycled. So what this company does is they take all these equipment, they recycle it into this vacuum-sealed closed-loop shredder, and then they extract the minerals out of it and send it off to be smelted on a refinery site, off-site. They wouldn't be in the project that they're looking to do. So, like I said, they're based out in Brooklyn. They want to consolidate those 3 warehouses and also expand the scope of their business. So we do have a shovel-ready site in here in the town that is approved for 2 buildings. One's a 56,000 square foot building, and the other's a 40,000 square foot building. So what they would look to do is on the 40,000 square foot building, they have contracts with Dell, so they manage all their IT and server equipment. So the 40,000 square foot building would be like a logistics storage warehouse for Dell's equipment, and then they service their customers with the equipment out of that building. So, they have a fleet of box trucks that, if they get a call where they have to visit one of their customers and, swap out their server equipment, they'll go take the old servers out, put the new servers in, and then those old servers, if they can repackage and reuse it, they would. If not, goes into the shredder to be recycled and reverse manufacture those minerals. So we had a meeting, had a couple meetings with them. Our last meeting was last week. We met with the planning board chair and the vice chair and the town engineer, Jim Ford, to discuss, if the project would be eligible with the current approvals in place based on the zoning. We believe that there is a path forward with that, so they don't have to return to the planning board, because this customer is looking, or this project is looking for speed to market. They don't want to get held up in a planning board for a couple of years. So we do believe there's a path forward, and I think it's going to be a decent project. I had a talk with them about what they estimate the job creation to be, and they said somewhere between 20 to 30 jobs, with salaries ranging from $28 an hour on the low end to over $40 an hour on the high end. So, with that, they're going to have truck drivers, electrical engineers, manufacturer workers on site. So they would also look to bring out, hire from the local workforce here and train. And they also do some R&D on site with the testing of the equipment and repackaging. So I think it'll be a good project. Another project that I've been having discussions with is an agritourism dairy farm. I mentioned this in the past, but they were exploring a partnership with the IDA to apply for the Regional Council Capital Fund Program, which currently has funding available up to $60 million for tourism and economic development projects. The town's grant writer believes the project has a good chance of being selected, given its strong combination of agritourism, historic farm preservation, along with lodging, dining, agricultural education, and, visitor experiences like that. So more to come on that. We'll see what happens with that project. Another project that I coined Project Skyscraper. So I got a call about a potential project that's looking at a site in the town to construct a 250,000 square foot facility. This company manufactures rebar and also fabricates the rebar, which is eventually used in the construction of large skyscrapers around the country. So they're looking at one of our sites here in the town that would be rail served. It's still very early discussions of the project, so some more information will follow. I also had a tour with Orange County Airport alongside the county's Director of Economic Development, Steve Gross, and Assistant County Executive Mike Torelli, and the Airport Director Ed Margarita. So we toured a couple of proposed sites for development, for new fixed-base operators that will potentially serve corporate jets, as well as hangar development that the county has currently planned. So the county airport, they were in the works of getting water delivered to the airport. Previously, they didn't have municipal water. That was a big issue for development that was really holding things up. So now I think they finally have all the approvals in place, and now they're starting to have real discussions about, new investment and development there. So the county, as mentioned, is going to build a couple hangars themselves, but we're trying to bring in some interest from private entities to build a FBO there and, like concierge for corporate travel. I did get a call from a local developer who reached out to the agents, reached out to me and the IDA, who wants to transform an existing building in the village of Montgomery into a boutique hotel. I know there's a real strong demand for boutique hotels right now, especially given the film industry investment here. We don't really have many places locally where, the higher end talent in the film industry can stay. We have a lot of actors, high-end directors and producers that come in, and they want to stay near the stages where they're working. So we have a big need for that. So, more to come with that as well. Some public and stakeholder engagement. So I did develop a new marketing and educational presentation for the IDA, which I created to help inform the public about the role that IDAs have, clear up some misinformation, and communicate what the agency is currently working on, what's in the pipeline, and the different challenges that we face. I'm going to be presenting this presentation to the Walden Rotary in the coming month. And I'll also use it to help support marketing outreach efforts, and, when I meet with, discussions with site selectors and kind of showcase what we have here in the town. And then just to wrap up, some meetings and events that I've had in the past 2 months. As I mentioned before, I attended the Summer IDA Academy, which is a 2-day conference that covered topics including New York State energy policy under the CLCPA, secret reforms, adaptive reuse of properties, and, understanding development pro formas, along with the annual ABO training for, staff and board members that other IDAs have attended as well. all to just kind of stay up to date with current best practices. Orange County Chamber Business for Breakfast. So I attended the monthly Business for Breakfast at the Chamber, which helps, engage and network with business community stakeholders, economic development professionals, and government officials. I also attended the Chamber's legislative update. So the legislative update had, it was like a moderated panel with Senator James Skoufis and Assemblyman Carl Brabenec to discuss, legislative updates that came in the budget. With that, a big topic was discussion around IDAs, more specifically the Orange County IDA and the monitor that was appointed to it. There was no mention of the new prevailing wage legislation that was attached with that, that affects all the IDAs in the county, but, it's something that was being talked about. Attended the summer mixer for the NICECAR Association, which is the Association for Commercial Realtors. So it was good to just kind of connect with the commercial brokers in the area, bankers, contractors, everyone that attends the stuff, and kind of just, help get the IDA's presidents out there and talk about what we're trying to bring in here. Also attended the Orange County Partnerships Summer Lake Quarter Project meeting. So they held their summer project meeting at Osiris here in the town of Montgomery. Big talk was the business park in Maybrook, the steam park, and the Ingredients Plus project that we have in front of us. There was numerous additional manufacturing projects that are also in the pipeline around Orange County and potentially Montgomery as well. So, as always, these quarterly project meetings are great networking and, allow us to keep staying engaged with the business community as well. And then I also attended the Regional Food Bank's first annual golf outing. It's always great supporting the food bank, which is right here in our backyard in Montgomery, and, supporting, good cause and nonprofit organizations as well. So that'll do it for my report. And, yeah.
Why do you suppose that there was nothing brought up when you said that you went to the legislative update and they spoke about IDAs, but they didn't talk about? It wasn't a question and answer?
Yeah, there was really,
No opportunity?
there was,
I was there too, and they mentioned nothing of the,
yeah, there was,
So strange.
there was a brief question, if anyone had Q&A, and not many people asked the question. I did feel it would be a good place for me to ask that question, being that I'm with the IDA. But yeah, no, your guess is as good as mine. I'm still surprised that this legislation hasn't been publicly talked about by our local politicians, but it's there. It is what it is. It's law now, so we have to abide by it. And until
There's nothing we can do as far as like maybe working with another idea, the Orange County IDA, getting together, kind of talking about, there's nothing that can be done?
I mean, I don't know what we can do personally, as far as, challenging it or what it is, I don't know. I think I can't speak for the Orange County IDA. I think that they're trying to address it and work with our local legislators to see if there's an avenue to visit that, but I can't speak for them, so.
I would love to hear, Skoufis's, I'd like to hear where he was coming from with that decision. I don't really,
Yeah,
never heard anything.
I agree. Again, it has yet to be spoken publicly about, the IDAs have been very public, the
Right.
monitor situation has been public.
Right.
This prevailing wage legislation has not been public, so, but it's there, it's in the law, and, we'll just have to, address it as it comes, so I don't know.
And you don't think he would sit down and answer our questions? You do, right? We should try. I'd like that. I'd like to have him maybe come and give us a little spiel on how he came to that decision.
Yeah, I'll see what I can,
Maybe we'll all
set
learn
something up.
something,
Yeah.
You never know.
Any other questions?
Yes. So, and the Ingredient Plus,
Yeah.
they're waiting for permits for the wetlands. You know what that's about? What?
Yeah, so I guess, you know, DC has to issue the permits for them to, you know, develop the land. You know, I was kind of shocked to hear it, but the state came in with a very large grant for this site, so I thought everything was kind of lined up. But again, I think it's just, you know, it's just a matter of, it's going to take some time. The site itself is a very complex site. I know there is a lot of wetlands surrounding it. So it's probably just DC doing their real due diligence for it. But again, you know, between me and Connor, I think we're pretty confident that it's still gonna move forward. It's just, you know, like everything, government-related, things take time sometimes. So it's, again, I'm not super concerned about it at this moment, so.
So it's not a big, huge hurdle to cross? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, I would say it's a big hurdle, but again, I think the proper steps are being taken to have it addressed, and I think once the permits are issued, then you're really gonna start seeing it take off, so it's just a matter of time.
Okay, thank you.
Next item on the agenda is Matt Stoddard, our treasurer, is going to give his financial report.
Okay, thank you. Checkbook beginning balance from last report is $8,364.85. Our attorneys, Bleakley and Platt, check number 164 is $1,076. Bleakley and Platt, check number 165 was $324. Lauren Rowley, $750. Bleakley and Platt, $360. Bleakley and Platt, invoice of $80.85, and Lauren Rowley for May of $750. That brings the total checkbook account balance to $5,024. Sailfish escrow is at $3,191. There's a dormant fee of $3, so it brings it down to $3,188. Key Capture Energy checkbook beginning balance of $1,480. Again, dormant fee of $3, bringing it down to $1,477. City Winery escrow checkbook beginning balance of $580. Prime Metal Corporation checkbook account balance of $5,000. Municipal Accelerator Savings checkbook beginning balance of $170,234.74. Interest on that money is $260.25, bringing that total to $170,494.99. Checking account balance of, let me see if that rolls into that. So that's that. All right, next page. Checkbook beginning balance for the Hudson Valley Country Club of $7,187, with, again, a dormant fee of $3, bringing that account to $7,184. Public Fund Bank Card balance of $1,029.08. Withdrawal, Google Workspace support, $295.05. QuickBooks of $41.09, Orange County sign purchase of $63, Orange County sign purchase of $31.50, Orange County sign purchase of $20, sign purchase Orange County Montgomery of $60, sign purchase SUNY New Paltz $20, and QuickBooks of $41.09, bringing the checks collectively to $571.73, and the balance is $457.35. Choice Film deposit of $5,000. Francis Roth, $325. Bleakley Platt of $972, bringing that total in the checking account balance to $3,703. Orange Bank and Trust, $5,024. Orange Bank and Trust Sailfish of $3,188. Orange Bank and Trust Key Capture Energy of $1,477. City Winery, $580. Prime Metal Corp., $5,000. Trust Money Market of $170,494.99. Hudson Valley Country Club of $7,184. The Trust Public Fund Bank Card of $457.35. And again, Choice Films of $3,703, bringing your grand total of $193,405.34.
Thank you, Matt. Thanks.
I'll just say so the dormant fees for Hudson Valley Country Club, that's new this past month. That just means there hasn't been any activity from the account in X amount of time. And I believe Key Capture, which, that one we also will take steps for Key Capture to return their money as well. But that's a new dormant fee this month. The Amazon account here that has a dormant fee, I did reach out to them to try to, find out where I should send the check to and close the account. Amazon people have got back to me, said they're gonna move it up the chain. That was like 2 months ago. I have not heard anything back from them. So I'll try to refollow up with them. I know for the dormant fees, I spoke with Orange Bank. If we're saying that the accounts are still active, all we have to have is a letter. I think a letter from you would suffice, or you or Tom, to the bank saying, these are still active accounts, and they'll stop the dormant fee. I know the Hudson Valley Country Club, that's still an active IDA project, so that account we're not gonna be closing, so we will have to send a letter to Orange Bank saying, this is still an active account, even though it's been sitting dormant, it's still active, so they'll waive that as well, so. just want-
What do they consider dormant? Like City Winery's been dormant since I've been here, but there's no fee.
Well, it's because I think last year we did issue checks out of that account, because they were revisiting us about, the payment plan stuff, and
Oh, yeah.
so we did pay money out of that. I think it triggers it when it's more than, I don't know if it's a year or 18 months, I forget what the bank said it was. But we can prevent those dormant fees from going, we just have to send a letter to the bank.
What is happening with City Winery? Nothing?
Guess as good as mine. I tried reaching out to Michael Dorff last month, actually, this past month. I have not gotten any responses from my emails. I don't have a number to really call, so I don't know how to get in touch with them. Last I spoke with them, I believe it was back in, I want to say October or November of 2025. They said that they had new investors that bought majority share of City Winery, so Michael Dorff was no longer the majority shareholder, but the new investment group was still wanted to proceed forward with the project. But again, I haven't heard anything from them, and I've been trying to get in touch with them to see if there's anything we could do to try to help him. But the last update I got was they were struggling to get financing, so.
Who does these numbers?
So Matt's office,
Well, we get it from the Orange Trust.
Oh, yeah,
They send us the numbers.
So that's my question. So, I'm sorry. So it comes from the Orange Trust?
Yeah, the bank right down
Orange
there.
Bank. Yep.
So they do the tabulations and then what?
And then they send it to my office. My secretary puts them into this form so that we can have them
So
here.
then we can have them reported.
Yeah, it's just the statements of activities from month to month, and then it gets sent to Matt's office, and they put it in this report for us and send it over.
Okay.
Okay, can someone make a motion to accept this financial report?
I'll
I'll
make
make-
the motion.
I'll second.
Ladies first.
I'll make the motion.
All in
Ladies
favor?
first.
Aye.
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 Aye. Motion passed.
Motion passed. Other business?
No other
No
business?
other business. Adjournment, can somebody make a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Second.
Aye.
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 All right,
We're done.
all right, thank you,
next
guys.
That's in the mood.
Rudy, thank you very much.